Hey everyone, Stephen here from Adolescence and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Bond No. 9, and this one is a 2013 release, and the fragrance is called BondNo9.com. So here's the bottle. Really nice presentation on this one, kind of unique. And this one, I do apologize, I couldn't find who the perfumer is for this one. Now I know with many other Bond No. 9 fragrances, the in-house perfumer is Laurent Legarnec, and I do notice a similarity between this and some other sweet fruity scents, which leads me to believe that he may be the perfumer behind this one as well. But again, I couldn't find that information online, so I do apologize for that. Now, those of you familiar with the company Bond No. 9 know that they followed this theme where they named their fragrances after different parts of New York, and that's where the company got its name as well. So of course Bond No. 9, they are located on 9 Bond Street in the heart of Manhattan, New York City, in the Soho area. And they have a fragrance called Chinatown, which is named after the district. They have a fragrance called Bleecker Street, which is named after the street, Queens, which is named after Queens, New York, of course, and now they have this one, BondNo9.com, which is named after the digital village, if you will. So this is a fragrance that is dedicated to all of Bond No. 9's online shoppers, hence the reason why you can only find this scent exclusively on their website, BondNo9.com. And funny enough, if you scan the QR code on the front of the bottle with your smartphone, you will be redirected to Bond No. 9's website. So I thought that that was a pretty cool theme, very unique concept going on for this scent. So this fragrance, lastly, is classified as a woody aromatic, and I'm going to let you know what I think of this smell. Next up, let's take a look at the presentation. So on the box for BondNo9.com, you have that same QR code. You scan it, you get redirected to the website. Plastic sleeve that comes off, the box opens up, silhouette of the bottle, postcard on the inside that you fill out, send to Bond No. 9, and then you start getting promotions and free stuff in the mail. Pretty cool. Make sure you do it. Nothing going on at the back except for the information, UPC, and all that stuff. As far as the bottle goes, really nice looking bottle. Bond No. 9 bottles I think are pretty cool. They have a cool, unique shape to them. QR code, sticker at the bottom with your information, blue cap, nothing on the back. The atomizer gives you a somewhat narrow distribution, but it gets the job done, and that was a presentation for BondNo9.com. So my good friend Dylan writes, for the price, there are definitely better alternatives that smell similar. Aventus, Insurrection 2 Pure, etc. My friend Sai writes, this one feels like a cross between the fruity batch of Aventus and Cedrat Boisé by Mancera. Since I have both of the above-mentioned fragrances, this bond, in my perspective, is redundant. And Hamed concludes by saying, it gives off an Aventus vibe without the smoke and with more sweetness. So as you can probably tell by the color of the bottle, this is a very bright, energetic, youthful, and jubilant scent. When you first apply it on skin, the first thing that you're going to notice are the citrus elements, definitely serving as an overtone to the entire composition. I get quite like a lemony vibe, if you will. My fiance smelled this. She said she got a fresh, citrusy vibe from it. Now, bergamot is listed as a note. To me, it does smell kind of like a bergamot lemon feel to it. Actually, really nice, uplifting, energetic, vibrant, and youthful. And I like that it adds that freshness to the composition. It's going to be contradicted a little bit later on, but once that citrus nuance starts to dry down, which is about 5 minutes into the composition, you have this really sweet pineapple note that starts to come out. It actually comes across rather smelling a little crystallized and sugary. It kind of has like a weird olfactory texture, if you will. The best way that I can describe the pineapple note that this fragrance posits is it smells kind of like a Jolly Rancher or a Lifesaver or some kind of like a candy flavor, like a flavored candy, you know, like a pineapple fruity flavored candy. And that's kind of the vibe that I get from this one. It's actually a really nice pineapple, and it contrasts, because of the sweetness and that weird olfactory texture, it contrasts with other pineapple based scents that I have in my collection. And after the pineapple starts to dry down, you get some other sweet nuances in there. Like I said, it's a little sugary, but not to the point where it's cloyingly sweet. And then the tertiary note in this fragrance is the note of oak moss. And I think the oak moss note is what kind of lends that chypre quality to the fragrance, even though it is classified as a woody aromatic. I do get some woods in the base, but I don't have all of the aromatic properties in this fragrance, if you will, to really allow it to stay true to that classification. I think there are other things going on in here. Now, they also have notes like apple and blackcurrant, which I really don't think come out as strongly in this fragrance. And then you have an amber accord in the dry down. And yes, I do get some sweet nuances. Could be from vanilla, could be from some resins. And overall, I think for the most part, this is a fragrance that's pretty true to its note breakdown. There is this synthetic quality to it as well. Now, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in kind of like a candied, artificial way. I guess because if it evokes thoughts of artificial candies that are artificially flavored, I get a similar vibe with this one. So I think there is that, tone or motif of artificiality in there. But I think it's a really nice scent. It's lively, it's bright, it's youthful, it's great for a night out. It's great when you're, you want to feel extroverted and you want to get attention and you want to be noticed and you want people to come up to you and ask you what you're wearing. I think it really lends its way to do that very well. I think one criticism that this fragrance will receive, though, and it's hard to make a review without bringing this up, is that it smells very similar to another fragrance by the company called Creed, and the fragrance is called Aventus, and they bear many of the same notes: pineapple, apple, bergamot, blackcurrant, oak moss, amber, the list goes on. So I think that because of those comparisons, this fragrance does kind of live in Aventus's shadow, and I think that for that reason, this one also lacks aesthetic merit. What I want people to know is that the differences are different enough, for lack of a better word, that it would warrant a purchase. So just because you like Aventus doesn't necessarily mean you're going to like this one. And if you don't like Aventus, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to like this one. This is different enough, and it goes down a different road, that it would actually warrant a purchase. So I think they both have the same vibe going on, and while they began traveling down the same road, I think they diverged at the fork in the road where this decided to be a little more sugary and fruity and sweet, whereas Aventus is a little more natural, smoky, and masculine. Now, this is a compliment getter, and this is an incredibly versatile fragrance. It's probably the second most versatile Bond No. 9 in my collection, right next to Montauk. It's a great scent. My fiance absolutely loves it, and I actually got a compliment from this last week when I wore it to work. So, last up, I'm going to give you guys a rating. Thank you for watching. First up, we have uniqueness and overall smell, and I gave BondNo9.com a 9 out of 10. I think that this is a unique scent. I like what they did with the pineapple, that they kept it candy-like and sugary and youthful and vibrant, and I think that this fragrance was very well put together, very true to its note breakdown, very well composed. It has complexity and depth to it, and it's multifaceted. I do appreciate that. But I do think that because it smells akin to its predecessor, it does lack minutely, it lacks aesthetic merit, so I did have to deduct that one point. But it is a fragrance in its own right. Make sure you check it out. It's a beautiful smell. Next up, we have longevity. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Now, it is eau de parfum, so it does perform in the average range, I would say, and I get about 8 hours. As far as projection goes, I gave this a 10 out of 10. Now, it doesn't project all that well. It probably radiates within an arm's length for 3 to 5 hours. It could be a little bit better, but with a fragrance of this compositional nature, being that it is sweet and candy-like and sugary, you don't really want it to jump up and out and project off your skin too much. You certainly don't want it to envelop the room, because this is one of those fragrances that could potentially be cloyingly sweet to some people. So I think the projection is right where it's supposed to be. As far as versatility, it's a 9 out of 10. It's totally unisex. Anybody of any age could wear it. The sweetness would work well on a younger gentleman, whereas the mossy qualities in the woods would work best on an older gentleman. In terms of social scenarios, you can wear it casually if you can afford it. You can wear it on a night out, certainly. I think it would work best for a night out. You can wear this one semi-formally, but I think if you're going really formal, I think I would try to abstain from something that's overly sweet. I think that this might just be a little bit on the too sweet category. And I think as far as seasons, you can wear this one in the summer because it is so bright and citrusy and fruity. You can also wear this in the colder weather because of the amber and the musk and all of that stuff. Lastly, presentation. Very unique with what they did with the QR code. Bond No. 9 bottles look really nice, especially when you have many of them. They look nice, stacked next to each other. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Overall, I'm going to give BondNo9.com by Bond No. 9 a solid 9 out of 10. I think that this is a great fragrance. I think that this is an amazing pineapple-based scent. If you're a fan of sweeter fragrances, but you don't want them to be cotton candy or, something juvenile like that, you want it to be multifaceted, multidimensional. You want a fragrance that has that depth and that character to it. This is a great scent to check out, and I think it is a unique smell, despite the similarities it bears to its predecessor. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review on bonnumber9.com by bonnumber9. If you own or have tried this scent, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos. So again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. This has been Steven with another fragrance review from Radolescence. We'll see you soon.